Okay. Go down the volume for myself. Tab. Yep, that's what I want. Go inside this guy's house. Alright, ain't nobody in here. Don't jack your stuff, though. Alright, well. Nice knowing you, bruh. So I'm thinking more and more about wanting to get a custom adventurer and just replace this guy.
What for, Cap?
What does he do? Does he do anything special? The Wild Mind? Oh, he does like random stuff. I like his personality though. He's a really cool guy. You don't like racism and you don't like anti-PGP? Okay, well. You like me though, right? Yeah, you like me. We cool, man. We cool. Devil's Row criminals. They don't like us at all. Like we're neutral with the gullet. Does that mean we're 4 on rational? I don't know. I just kind of choose these things at random. I didn't think they actually made that much of a difference, but whatever. Let's check out the journal here. Establish a source of food. That's food for thought. Tasks. Cover the route to Delver's Row. I have already been there though. Why am I not selecting on everybody? Pretty sure I've already been to that market. So I'd quickly go there again. Bows and arrows. Oh. See, I believe it's go left. Then go right. Oh. Go left. Go forward. Go right. Go left. No. Turn around. Right. Go right. Oh, can we try this again? Let's try it again. I failed. Go forward. Go forward. Yeah, turn around. Go left. What? Try this one more time. All right, go right. And go right. Go left. Turn around. And then go right. Then go right. Then go forward. Then go right. Go forward. Explore the neighborhood. Keep going. Lots of non-relevance. Turn to the narrows. Forward. Right. Boy's dead. Okay. Never mind. Guess we haven't been there. What else are we missing here? We can go down to the lift. We can go to Nekataka. We've been in everything but the lift. I don't know if I want to go to the lift yet. I really want to figure out this party composition. It's going to be really important for me. I just don't quite understand what I want to do yet. Have we been to the Brass Citadel? I don't think we have. Go ahead and go there. Check out a few places. I want to stick with the summoner build. I like where it's going. I think I'm gonna need another cipher. It's not Homeboy Slice, which is regrettable because if he just wasn't an offensive, I'd be using him instead of the Druid. Druid has some cool spells though, and he doesn't have any friendly fire, which is amazing. I really can't decide what I'm gonna use. The Brass.
Halt! What is your business at the Brass Citadel?
Just looking around, bruh.
You're the Watcher. The one who nearly caused a riot in Queensbirth.
Mouth quirks in a grin.
The Grand Secretary Atsura wants to meet you. His office is on the lower level of Imperial Command. Up the stairs.
He points to the steps.
Once you're inside, go downstairs through the room on the right.
Is he in charge around here?
Hazanui Karu is the ultimate authority in the Brass Citadel.
Presses his arms over his chest in salute.
But she must endure the sops at the palace.
He rolls his eyes.
When she returns, I'm sure she will grant you an audience. For now, Atsura Nui speaks with her voice.
The gods want more for us than piracy, I say.
Aye. More than farming, more than fishing, more than shaping the water even. Freebooting be the means, lad, not the ends.
Okay, well,
You must think I'm an idiot. Ak, you got one thing right.
talking.
Green islands and blue skies.
The locals don't know how good they have it.
I bet they don't. Alright.
All this trouble over a tablet of fucking stone. If my company's standing wasn't on the line, I would have written this one off as a loss already.
Oh. We'll talk to you a little bit later. I'll probably be giving it to her though. Most likely.
Done and done. I don't be
No,
supposing
no,
you
no,
should,
no,
blow it.
no. Okay.
Of course.
I guess we're okay to unlock it. We're just not okay to go inside. Weapon Master. Watch out. Everything is stealing. I admit it's kind of tempting just to run around and be like, I'm gonna kill everything and everybody. We'll take all that. And we'll go inside.
Did you see those awful verses by the kitchen?
They weren't that bad.
Rhyming Hazanui with kablooey?
I can't think of anything else that goes with Hazanui.
Me neither. That's why I leave epics to the lore college.
Criticism is easier than creation.
Where is this person? There we go. I've been looking for you. The man behind the desk regards you with attentive, unblinking eyes and a perfect open expression. His smooth features make it hard to pinpoint his age, though the crinkles at the corners of his eyes suggest he is not especially young. He cocks his head, taking your measure. He pauses before speaking, just a little longer than seems normal. When he finally does, he crosses his forearms over his chest and gives you a slow, exquisitely courteous nod. The whole gesture is so perfectly choreographed that it seems he must have practiced it many times.
Watcher Nui, the Lord of Cadnua.
Gives you a sleek half smile that reveals a row of perfect pointed teeth. In his careful stare and the pause before he speaks, you recognize that he's studying you.
I'm not one for ostentation, but your remarkable display at Queen's birth suggests that you are an individual with skills, not mere style.
I like option 2 quite a bit. Let's be diplomatic. That's kind of you to say.
Few with abilities like yours would be so humble about them.
His eyes shine with interest. He blinks, perhaps for the first time since your conversation began.
I am Atsura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company.
Sounds like a significant title, but he is strangely emotionless. He might as well be describing the color of his clothing. For a trading company, you've got a very commanding presence in Nekataka.
And why not? Thousands of years ago, our people came from the archipelago. By one reckoning, we have as much claim on these islands as the Huana.
He shrugs and waves a hand in the matter of someone politely dismissing a compliment.
Does all Rowatayan law work this way? Where is that mountain of Azada shells I misplaced thousands of years ago?
Try to remember this. Rowatayan. Rowatayan. I see that. Okay. Takahu strokes his chin and idly glances around.
But our purpose here is trade.
He gives you that unusually placid smile again.
While our homeland is rich in saltpeter, the violent climate and rocky soils make it a poor source for most other basic staples. It's my business to look after the mainland's interests here.
He spreads his hands wide to include his rather plain, dim office. It's an honor to meet you.
And it's a pleasure to meet someone of your elegant manners.
He dips his head, returning the sentiment.
Hazanui Karu will want to meet you as well, but she is stuck in Serpent's Crown. It is a place of entirely too much talk, and I find that the more talk one hears, the less it means.
He smiles. You're not exactly concise.
Forgive me. I deal with many different types of people. It's not always easy to discern what they're looking for.
His smile takes an apologetic slant, but his eyes are searching your expression.
Allow me to state my request.
He purses his lips and tenses his fingers.
The demand for luminous Adra has sent the Valian Trading Company into a frenzy. Their expeditions grow too bold, and their officers too greedy.
He puckers his lips as though at a lack of discretion at a dinner party.
Worse, their rapid expansion attracts pirates and threatens the outlying Huana tribes. This risks souring the Kahanga royals against all foreign involvement.
He inclines his head like he's about to let you in on a secret.
but you can curtail their growth.
This isn't about the welfare of the Deadfire, this is about them outpacing you.
By snapping up land we need to grow food and build ships for our people? Indeed. But our interests and Deadfire's are not mutually exclusive.
He interlaces his long, well-manicured fingers.
The Valians have sent an expedition to Pococahara, a storm-wrecked island believed to house a vein of luminous. I hear you accomplished an incredible feat in restoring the luminous Adra near Port Mage.
He appraises you again with those unblinking eyes. Who told you that?
If your abilities allow you to do that, then perhaps you are also capable of the opposite. Find the luminous Adra at Pococahara. Render it unusable to the Valians. This should encourage them to develop the resources they have, rather than reaching for more.
His eyebrows rise a degree, both a request and an invitation. Why would I help you?
Because governors like Clario are a rare breed. Most of the Valian administrators care little for the well-being of the Huana. If the Valians claim Pococahara, it is the locals who will truly suffer.
What's to say I don't tell the Valians about this?
For all their faults, they don't lack imagination. I'm confident they know of our intentions.
We'll see.
Deadfire is a tumultuous place. Consider the value of an ally with ships, cannons, and the backing of a great empire.
Gives you a soothing smile.
I do not have the precise location of Pococahara, but the tribe on the nearby island of Tikawara could probably help. I suggest starting there.
Circles a small, out-of-the-way island on your map.
Now, what else can I do for you?
I'm done with you. What a curious individual. Alright, let's go get the tablet to Home Chick Slice.
All this trouble over a tablet of fucking stone. If my company's standing wasn't on the line, I would have written this one off as a loss already.
I retrieved the tablet from Archimir's Manor.
After all the trouble and effort, somehow I never expected this day would come.
He hefts the tablet and grins, tucking it away. What if I hand it up? Okay.
My thanks on behalf of the Royal Deadfire Company. We remember our friends and what in Remergon's hairy backside is that?
She squints as an approaching figure makes itself known with a harsh clearing of its throat.
God's lad.
Hey, you the Watcher?
Imp prawns you to get your attention. What's it to you?
Archimir, the Great Master, has returned. Invites you to join him at the estate. Says you know where that is.
Imp lets out a harsh, discordant chuckle, holding his claw in front of his mouth to hide a mischievous grin. What's this about?
Don't know. Master doesn't tell us imps anything.
The way he draws out each word suggests the imp is practicing sarcasm. I'll see him when I have the time.
Eh? But whoever has time, you have to make time.
The imp nods to himself thoughtfully.
Find Master in his study. Don't be late.
The imp winks at you and flutters away.
It would seem the old wizard is more observant than I credited him. Just wonderful.
Mara squeezes the bridge of her nose.
Never mind. The company has assets enough to recompense him. What matters is that the tablet is ours, and the path to Okaizo made clearer.
She grins to herself.
What do you reckon the odds are Arkemir wants to congratulate us for a robbery well done?
A good point there.
Kara, the beaches of Oreo-Kowi, the sands of Poko Kahara.
Oh, the lads walking them beaches. The lasses with sand on their asses.
Kara, them as well.
Forth to victory, Ravatai! Triumph over your foes! Storm shall never bend your backs, nor battles break your sword!
Why does your Ronga carve his name into a rock?
The Ronga Nui, and it's a commemoration to show what he built.
Oh. Then did your Reparo also write their names on other stones?
Please? 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 Alright. Guess they won't let us click on that one. Or anywhere.
Indeed.
There we go. Okay, so I didn't go down here. Even though I can go down here. Got the docks, the gunsmithy, the powder house.
With sails unfurled and sword held high, to battle for glory and Rautai.
Faithfully done, Emiani. Report to Wakoyo Nui when your hands and your temper have healed.
Come to gawk, too? My punishment's over, you know.
She looks away and crosses her arms carefully to hide her burned hands. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
I shouldn't take my anger out on you. It's not your fault I punched my captain.
You're right. It's as if the mere mention of the incident takes her back to it. Her face darkens with anger, and a bitter snarl transforms her features.
Though maybe he shouldn't have insulted my aim. Like I don't know the difference between a smooth and rifled bore.
She shakes her head, quietly stewing. Seems drastic.
He asked if I knew where I was pointing my cannons. I told him to bend over in front of one and we'd find out. It escalated from there. Anyway.
She shrugs.
I'm not reporting back to Wakoyo, that's for sure. I crewed on mercenary ships before this. Come to think of it, that suited me better.
Grins impishly.
Still a scramble-root at heart, I guess. But I'm plenty experienced. Maybe I'll see if anyone's looking for an expert cannoneer.
I could use an experienced cannoneer on my crew. She looks you up and down, considering your offer.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I only crew with captains I know. Either personally or by reputation. I'm sure you're capable. But I don't know enough about you. Yet.
Her eyebrow quirks up in hopeful suggestion.
Let's talk again when you've made a name for yourself.
Sucker, you ain't that important. You a nobody. I'm a somebody. I'm the Watcher. You need to check yourself.
Last time I ship out with some something.
Now you can stay out there. I ain't coming back for you. Until I make a name for myself. Then you'll be on your hands and knees begging to be a part of my crew. Wow, 15. Talk to you, Wakio.
Clear skies, my friend.
Wakoyo crosses his arms and tips his head to the side. A long scar traces a path down his face, curving sharply where his cheek rises with a smile. Greetings.
The boats of our decorated armada have orders which spread them thinly across the archipelago. Rauatai finds itself in need of a privateer.
His brow rises as he speaks the word.
Your ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit.
Aren't you afraid privateering will start a war?
An official reckoning is drafted to account for every cannonball shot in the name of Rauatai. Our paperwork is most thorough.
Thorough?
For every ship sunk, there is a legal justification. Our enemies will know the war is started on the day we fail to turn in our paperwork.
What bounties do you have available?
A Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open seas.
Okoyo grimaces and itches at his scar. I'll take the bounty.
Most excellent. A Scylla commands the Voyager River Dragon, which pesters a group of islands to the southwest of Port Mage.
Thanks, man. I will make it happen. One of these days, we'll go visit the Queen, like we're supposed to. Progress the story. I think either all or a lot of the streamers that I've been watching have already finished this game, so I guess it's up to me to catch up to some degree.
I'm sorry, but this area is strictly off limits.
What is this place?
Private property of the Royal Deadfire Company, that's what.
Can I look around inside?
Sorry, my orders come from the Hazanui herself.
Come on, I can't get into that much trouble. Not when this place is so well guarded.
All it would take is one stray flame, one errant spark.
He catches himself and stops, shaking his head.
No, I'm sorry, but you really don't understand.
Alright. I understand. I understand that I don't understand. But Barteno?
Beat it. I don't have time to chit-chat.
Cue the Michael Jackson song. The Thin Valiant glances over your shoulder with an expectant frown. I'm in the market for some gloves. Do you have any? He eases back, taking your measure with a critical eye.
Fascina sent you, didn't she? Postenago, just for these?
Shaking his head, he pulls a pair of fine gloves from his pocket, studying them with evident disappointment. Or with evident disappointment.
Soft as down, but not a single fence willing to pay me a fair price. Maybe they've got imp stink all over them.
You're gonna have a hard time selling an Archmage's gloves for fast coin.
Should have guessed these were bad luck. Well, it's too late to go making smart decisions, isn't it?
He opens his mouth to say more, but something to the southwest distracts him, and his expression fills with dread.
Here he comes, and I'm too late. If Hamuto doesn't give me an extension on my debt, I'm a dead man.
Keep your mouth shut and follow my lead. Glancing at you, Barteno shrugs and swallows down a lump in his throat. A unit of steely-eyed sailors approach the docks, clutching pikes and firearms with quiet professionalism. At their head stands a tall Amawa in a mustard yellow uniform. He turns his attention between you and Barteno.
So, Barteno, you hired a mercenary, or else a negotiator. That coin should have gone toward your debt to me.
Hamuto rubs a long scar that extends the length of his neck. Everybody got a scar in this game.
Huh? No, I didn't. That is, I would never go behind your back.
Barteno's voice falters and he turns to you in sudden panic. I like number 4. Barteno, shut up. The adults are talking. Muno's eyes brighten and he nods. The soldiers around him chuckle with approval.
I like dealing with people of substance.
He nods thoughtfully.
This is a private matter. Your interference is unnecessary.
Muno spreads his hands in a peaceful manner as his soldiers level their guns at Barteno. You sound more reasonable than I was led to believe.
Do I? One can be adherent to the tenets of maritime law and still be seen as a monster.
What is your plan for Barteno?
Indentured servitude. I trust this is a more honest and respectable alternative than any pursuit he would take on his own terms.
Seraphin snorts through his scarred snout.
Be calling it whatsoever you like, Captain Cogswallow. But your honest and respectable slavery be slavery all the same.
Spits on the ground.
Your toy pirate speaks out of turn. I would teach him a lesson if I were you, Captain.
He focuses on you, keeping Seraphin in the periphery. The lack of options here isn't quite what I want. And my party... How do I put this? My party positioning here is very poor. All of my squishies in the front, all of my tank and other guy in the back. He's coming with me. Muto lets out a piercing whistle. Several soldiers milling about the area snap to attention and fall into formation around the docks.
I salute you for your courage, but I ask you to reconsider your position.
He permits himself a very, very small smile. Perhaps I can pay what's owed?
You must care a great deal for this insufferable little worm to stake your purse on his freedom.
Muto taps his lower lip in thought.
400 pyres are what Berteno owes, and I will accept that sum to have this sorry business concluded.
That's... it? Just 400? Like everything just went red right there. Yellow. Red. Thank you, webcam, for being very silly. 400 is not that much. The issue here is I actually just kind of want to fight them just to fight them. You know? I kind of want to do that. Man, if I had a dice right here, do I have a order somewhere. Guess I do. I do not. I'm gonna fight him because I want to fight him. Although, I guess this gives me a negative with these people. 400 is really not that much. Do need to save money though. 400 is really not that much. I need the gloves though. Visions. I've been stuck on this too long. Let's just pay the man.
Then our business is concluded.
Muto signals his men to stand down. After a hateful look, they lower their arms and follow their captain's lead. I need to be more aggressive.
I can't believe I'm finally out of debt. For the first time in my life, I'm free.
Berteno clasps his hands together, tears brimming at the corners of his eyes. Slap him. Technically you're indebted to me.
Not anymore, I'm not. Here, catch.
He tosses you Roakawa's fingers with casual disdain. Bark crackers. Interesting.
It's a new Berteno all the way. Pirate Berteno doesn't get himself in anyone's debt.
Laughing in a full voice, he makes a hasty exit. Didn't get any experience for that.
I'm here. I shall.
I've got all sorts of goods and supplies. Take a look before you head back out. Take a look.
What do you got? Nice. That is nice. Yes. That is nice. Charges, though, is not cool. Flint and tinder. Grab one of those. Yeah, thank you. Officer's Lounge. I should have fought them. I need to be more aggressive with my experience. In this non-fighting, I'm not sure I'm getting rewarded for not fighting.
If this is about the Hazatoa tournament, I've got nothing to do with that, all right? I just serve the drinks.
He holds up his hands with the exhausted resignation of a man who's made his case many times. What's this about Hazatoa?
Some of the soldiers and sailors get to making unwise bets when they play.
He rolls his eyes.
Like I said, I keep out of it. None of the regulars are looking for new opponents, though, if that's what you're asking. All the better for you, trust me.
Why do you work for the Royal Deadfire Company?
They always pay on time. They're run by the Ranganui, so they should, right?
He grins.
Also, I'm from a town near Takoa. Rautai's full of all kinds of kith, not just Amawa. But the Amawa have a long history at sea. They make up a lot of sailors and soldiers, including most of the ones that ended up here.
He nods vaguely at the bar. I don't think that at's supposed to be there. We call this one number 6. We're gonna call this one number 6. I'd like to order something.
I'm really only supposed to serve Royal Deadfire Company captains. But I'll make an exception for a fellow dwarf.
He winks.
Try the razor skewers, if you can handle the heat.
He smirks a challenge. Lacquer boss. These are kind of expensive, dog. Man, these are expensive for a very good reason. Wow. Holy moly. They're really good. Barack. I want to retrain anybody. Doesn't look like it. Alright, we out.
I don't think she'll...
Kind of cool that they got their own little bar. You know, specifically for the captains. Nice.
The last time I ship out with some soft-handed runt.
I'm not so sure I believe you. What am I thinking right now? No, wait. Now.
It don't work that way, lass. I pick up on feelings. See fragments of memories sometimes. Impressions. And mostly when folks are upset or a bit of nerve, unless I'm trying to intrude. And I generally try not to intrude.
He winks. Say nothing.
Oh, well, you could take a gander if you wanted. I mean, not all the time. Just this once.
As you wish, lass.
Seraphin looks up at Jyoti with an uncommonly serious expression. His eyes seem to drill into her. Then suddenly he jerks his head away and blinks like his eyes are burning.
So which is it? Light or dark? What do you see?
Neither, lass. Bounced off you like a bullet off an ironclad.
Jyoti shrugs and walks away. Seraphin watches, hand rubbing the back of his head. Anything I should know about?
Mayhaps. Let me be ruminating on it for a tick, Cap.
He sighs and turns away. Interesting. All right, let's get to stepping. Oh, we didn't go into the gunsmithing, actually. Maybe we can find a gun. Maybe he'll sell a bow. I would really like to not use guns anymore. The reload time is insane. Actually, I haven't checked the reload time for bows. Could be that guns are actually just really good. Let's check it out. Recovery time is 3.6 seconds. That was 4.13 seconds. I guess that's not that bad. Uto. The man greets you with arms crossed over his chest. He has a mass of scar tissue where his left eye would be, and his hands are knotted with bulging tendons. Everybody with the scars, man. I guess it's just like a sailor thing.
Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? Rawatai makes the finest guns in Aora, and I make the finest guns in Rawatai.
Tell me what you got. Dragon's Dowry. That very last thing down there, not very good. Don't like that. Interesting selection of items though. Those crossbows, those aren't guns. Scordo's trophy. Reload time is insane. Has minus crit damage. Pretty good though. Worm tongue. Oh, 0 to 400. That's pretty good. 6 to 9. Guess it doesn't do the most damage. But it could. Might be why. Exceptional pistol. Pretty big damage increase. Also has blunted criticals on that, but I guess all pistols do? Because my pistol has it too. Fascinating. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Okay. Think we've explored everything in this place. Except for that one place where I did not sneak inside.
It is not every day I meet a sailor who gives no praise to Ngati.
Ah, she ain't sunk me yet, lad.
Okay. The Sacred Stair. This is the last place before Serpent's Crown. Should be excellent. I wonder if I'm going to go through and cut out all of these loading screens on YouTube. That sounds horrible. Really horrible. Ooh wee, does that sound horrible. Especially with me talking in between them. What are we dealing with here? All right, this place has already got a suspicious eye for me. Under the temple. The Sallow Man. Lock difficulty is 7. I can totally make it happen. What's up, Kasu? Anti-religious. An ailing Amawa priest regards your approach with curiosity. He coughs into a sleeve stained with a spatter of silvery flecks.
Come closer to the altar. Come inside. The temple welcomes all to worship, most especially you.
The priest peers knowingly at the center of your chest, lips curving in ardent smile. Hands trembling, he touches a length of chain around his neck.
I ask only for no talking. Not until we pay our respects to Bereth, to Rikuhu. Let us pray.
Interesting that these gods have multiple names. He bows his head.
Silent prayer? Where are the songs, I say? Did you learn this from Valians?
Again, I ask that you please fall silent for prayer.
I'll bow my head.
Deity of life and death, the endless devourer who encompasses all existence, hear this prayer, this voice chiming. I beseech you, Kohopa and Tangaloa, to ready this shell for sucking. Purify my soul in preparation for the coming of the next cycle. Digest all of my devotion. Swallow my sorrows, even the smallest swell, so I can be spit on the morrow. And Rikuhu, Bereth, my god and goddess both, the eels that churn in ceaseless cycle, the new and the next, and...
From life to death to life again, blessed be the end. Nodding firmly, he accepts your ending to the invocation. Presses his hand over the center of his chest, touching the item tucked beneath his shirt. Then, raising his head, he cracks a frail smile.
All right. I will address your inquiries best as I can. So ask.
What was that about preparing your soul for shucking?
End of the turn. I'm nearing it. Been working hard, preparing for weeks. You know, to die. But first, I've got to leave guidance for my apprentice, the next in the cycle. Chosen to lead.
He sweeps a hand toward the stone tomes piled across the floor. Doesn't it? This guy reminds me of the maester at the Night's Watch place, the Wall. You're dying?
Been wasting away for months. Can't say it's been easy, dying so soon. I thought about stopping a few times.
Why would you want to die soon?
Maybe you can see. I'm no death godlike. Bereth bestowed not one in my generation with a chime. Not the next, neither. A flawed messenger like me can't open the crypts. So my best chance is to die.
Tell me about the writing on these tomes. Call that one number 7.
Liturgies. Instructions for ritual preparations. When and how. Sermons. Some histories, too.
His fingers trail carefully across the stone, as craggy as his skin.
All of this, it's our knowledge has gleaned through centuries of service. Now, I've got to leave it all behind for the next disciple.
Very well. Much as I want to steal that. Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
You go in first.
So you defeated this ship-devouring beast all by yourself?
I'm telling you, you just have to aim for the eyes.
Got some pox cap. Got a cloak. You're gonna grab that dog? Oh. This tree, its roots digging deep into the rock and bricks, hangs over the ledge of the precipice. Below, an open tomb clings to the sheer walls of the cliff. Don't have my grappling hook anymore. Peer of the precipice. Precipice drops hundreds of feet into the lower districts of Nekataka. Strong winds assail the cliff, whistling as they crash against its rocks. A few yards below, the ledge of an open tomb rests on them. I don't have my grappling hook anymore. There's a door here. A massive door looms before you. The edges are sealed so tight not a breath of air escapes them. Religious runes sprawl the length, carved deeply into pitted stone. Something about stepping into the jaws of Tangaloa with a full heart. Charming prospect, I say. Kahu examines the door, stroking his chin. The door shudders and groans at your approach. Inspect. With our religious person. An elaborate etching spans the stone's width, carving faintly beneath several runes. It depicts a small crowd praying to a pair of giant eels that have coiled above the large door. An Amawa priest holds a disc near to the door's face. Religious artifact blessed by Barath is likely necessary to open this entryway. Eel's coil. Probably in the tomb. I need my grappling hook back. The Magranite priest has the build of a boulder. His thick-set frame stretches his fine robes at the seams. He regards you with a steady, calm gaze, nodding in greeting.
Be welcome. We gather to honor the goddess, for we must earn the strength to endure the darkest of life's battles.
This is your temple?
Akira, rain and wind is a better teacher than any priest. A fighter accustomed to comfort earns only bruises. Each obstacle is a challenge we must answer. These are whetstones that sharpen us into fine blades.
Thanks, man. Peace. Give me the loot. Where do I want to go now? This place seems interesting.
Supplies! Get your supplies here.
Hey, it's Tybo. I just listened to Ether not too long ago.
Hello, Watcher. Fancy a look at this stock? Straight from the laboratory.
Let me see what you got.
Have a look.
The amazing and truly incredible instant potion belt. It's Alchemist Cash. Once per encounter? Pretty good. That's pretty good. Can't afford it though. 3% chance to cast boiling spray at an enemy when where is critically hit in melee. Our number rating Hearth and Home. That's nice. Animancy Cat? That's a pretty good cat. gonna take that putty. Thanks, bruh. Let's quick save. We haven't saved since I started, basically. And let's go inside the temple. Okay. Heal from you guys. Let's go up to the rooftop, I guess. Getting hot in here. Yidwin.
Merla, burned.
And
well, that won't do it all.
On Elliot? A steady white-haired elf frowns down at a table covered in coiled copper wires and glimmering shards of Adra. Her gloved hands smooth her well-tailored Valian coat as she mumbles under her breath. Apparently absorbed in her work, the Animancer doesn't acknowledge your presence. Excuse me? The woman spins on you, blinking rapidly behind a pair of brass-rimmed spectacles. Her bright carmine eyes and paper-white skin mark her as one of a glam felon.
Hello, my apologies. I didn't see you there.
Her Edoran bears... her Edoran? Is that a language? Her Edoran bears a clear, crisp, but difficult to place accent. Okay. Pale elf examines you warily, unease clear in the set of her shoulders. Are you alright?
I am fine. Is there some reason I shouldn't be?
One of her pale eyebrows arches. She tugs at her gloves and looks away from you. Calm settles about her like a burial shroud.
Which is not to say I do not appreciate your concern. I do.
She settles her spectacles on her nose. As she does, you notice her hand shaking. You have red eyes?
I, like the other scholars here, am engaged in the study of the soul sciences. Was there something you needed, or may I return to my studies?
Her thin lips settle into a crooked smile. As she speaks, a drop of blood rolls out of the elf's nose and drips into her lips. She pulls a handkerchief from her coat pocket and wipes away the blood without a word. You burned yourself?
I had a mishap with my machinery, but all is well now. The details are unimportant. I wish only to return to my studies. In any case, why are you here?
You accent isn't Valian. Number 8. Why are you dressed like one?
Just a bit of culture I've picked up along the way.
Her clothing is spotless and well tailored in the old Valian style, replete with lace, silk velvet, and brocade.
I admire their tailoring tradition immensely. It's much grander than clothing one finds in The White That Wends.
As she straightens the cuff of her jerkin, a small look of satisfaction flits across her face. It's marvelous. Who's your tailor?
I am, of course.
She puts her hands on her hips and straightens her back. You're an animancer and a seamstress?
A curious mind is an agile mind. Besides, the two practices are more alike than one might think.
I'm missing out on the thingamabobber with the thingamabobber, so I guess I have to go with I find that hard to believe.
Both deal in the details, in the warp and the weft. A delicate hand is required if one is to bend either to one's will.
How'd you come to be in Nikataka?
It is a mundane story. I sought out the ship with the longest oversea route departing from the Republics and booked passage.
Though her words are flat and her voice affectless, Edwin is not calm. She shifts her weight from foot to foot and looks anywhere but your face. She has the restless, nervous air of a horse about to bolt.
I had intended to perform a handful of experiments regarding the nature of souls that could only be done safely at sea.
What kind of experiments can only be performed on a boat?
The sensitive kind.
She brushes your question aside with the wave of her hand.
My experiments were successful, and the ship eventually reached its destination. The rest is inconsequential.
She brushes your question. Oh, right. She does that again. Number 4, Jesus. What do you study?
Many things. Currently, an unusual variety of Adra. It seems to exist only here, among the isles and waters of the Deadfire.
She lifts a small vial of shimmering bluish Adra, peering into it with her carmine eyes.
There's a strange, almost melancholy beauty to the substance. I believe there is more to it than others know.
Any interest in getting out of the tower for some field study? She blinks at your offer, then puts a finger to her lips, clearly considering her next words.
I think, perhaps, that I would be grateful for the opportunity.
Sure, why not? You're welcome to come along.
Truly?
She blinks, her mouth hanging half open.
Captain, your crew grows more fetching by the day.
Kahu studies Yidwin with a slight smile.
Thaklaut, traveler. I am grateful.
She clasps your hand in hers, pumps it quickly, and releases. After a quick pat-down of the various pockets sewn in her coat, Yidwin nods sharply and rests her hand at the hilt of her rapier.
I have all that I need. We may depart at your leisure.
Her lips curl into a coy little smile, and she says no more. Wow. I mean, this is why you gotta talk to everybody, because you never know who's gonna be joining the party. A cipher is a debuffer. I have no interest in a rogue whatsoever. So I guess we're going cipher. I don't think I'm going to put her in my party right now. Cool. New party members. Are you a new party member too? From her unkempt hair to her agitated pacing, Flan Ellet gives off an air of restrained chaos. She waves you over with a few quick motions.
You don't mind if I talk and work, do you? What can I do for you?
Turns away to scrawl a quick note. You work here?
Not the coziest place for it, is it? But the open air, the lightning specifically, is a boon. Lets our mages have a rest now and then. Good test of the equipment too. We're working on making it less delicate. Our junior researchers are still a little soft.
She laughs. Even though she didn't laugh right there, she laughed, believe me. This is interesting. What are you working on here?
Glad you asked, amico. Very glad. We're very excited about the work here, and we are always looking for volunteers. We've catalogued a number of interesting properties unique to Luminous Adra, but there are some very specific qualities we are investigating. Qualities that a Watcher happens to be uniquely suited to exploring. You're just what we're missing.
Scientist. There aren't needles involved, are there?
No, nothing invasive. You'd just be putting your Watcher's gift to use. Here, I'll explain. Luminous Adra has special effects upon Kith. Even to the humblest, it offers some small improvements. Rejuvenation, vitality, the kind of thing you sell to people back home, ne? But what about those who have already harnessed their own essence? Consider the talented Cutpurse, for instance, who can cross a room by slipping briefly into another place. The world between. Luminous Adra holds enormous quantities of essence, the kind of energy we can't replicate or restore. And these formations have a kind of connection to each other across the in-between. I believe we can harness this connection and your natural abilities to transport a person across great distances in a moment.
Guessing this is intellect. Yep. Your theory is sound. I've used the Adra to track someone before.
Oh, good. You've done some experimenting on your own. A curious mind is a happy mind, I say. Can't mope about ghosts all day. We've collected a number of illuminating readings, and our machines are ready to harness the Adra's essence. But for the moment, we are effectively blind when it comes to targeting the next pillar. Now, if someone were capable of sensing that essence in the in-between, even of manipulating it, someone like a watcher, for instance.
What would I have to do?
Ah, well, this is a little like describing a muscle I don't have.
Colette thinks for a moment, snapping her fingers as she paces a half step back and forth.
The idea is for you to focus on the next connection point. The machine will use that new link between the Adra veins to create a tether, as well as provide the energy for you to jump effectively. What's really exciting is, so long as you are holding that connection open, your companions can jump alongside you.
Or they could hold things down here, make sure it's safe for you to come back.
The next pill is due east of here, in the middle of a farm. It's not as tall as this one, but you shouldn't have any trouble finding it. Oh, and don't worry. We paid the farmers.
What if something goes wrong?
There was that fellow that jumped a little too far over the edge.
Stop scaring our assistant.
Alright, let's do this.
Gelarde. Very well. You stand there. Ansel, the machine.
This sounds exciting.
All right, Watcher. Remember, focus on the beam of light. It ought to be like stepping through a door. And remember, don't...
Don't what? Don't what?
This look right to you?
Quick save.
This is why I safeguard the souls in my lantern. Traversing hell ain't always as easy as it ought to be.
What for, Captain? Aye.
All right. Let's do us some fighting. I want you to summon that dude. Oh, it's dead already?
You need something.
That was fast.
That will do, I say.
Akira, a wave the size of a mountain.
You up there, run!
We have to go. Can't. No, please.
Sting. Go get it. What? What is this garbage? I saved that man's life. Why isn't anybody attacking this guy? Oh, it's because it's charmed. Let me help you guys. That guy shouldn't have died.
A challenge.
That's some bull crap.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
She te kasi bizu. Ye ked tigewu tikiki.
I don't understand their language.
I conquered every
Gods
city of the Grey
and
Lands.
We'll
remember
I beg
my
you.
name.
Okay, we're gonna have to treat this one seriously. Before we were just messing around. Wait, isn't this? Okay. It's this one. No. I could have sworn. Oh my gosh, what the heck is that? Oh my gosh, what happened to your hit points? There we go. That's what I thought. Alrighty. I know you like casting that spell, but I don't like you casting that spell, so you're gonna cast that spell. Dead. And then you why not use this? And we got the stun off. What other spells can we use for you? Kill fog. Do something like that.
It's not working.
Guess we don't need that. But a water tentacle. That guy. Trying out his spells. Is that a summon? It is a summon. Oh, cool. It lasts quite a while too. Did not know. Give that to you. You're already summoning those, so that's good. Alrighty. Like you to cast that. Alright, you're a shark now.
Useful as a bump on a pickle. Hardly seems.
Tentacle's still alive. You guys only got 6 seconds left. We shall recast.
It makes no difference. It makes no difference.
Alright, Homeboy Slice is getting bodied. Whenever you feel like healing yourself, there you go. Alright, let's go ahead and move a little bit closer to get him a little bit more HP regen. You got one more spell. Go ahead and plop that down on him.
Pleasure is mine. Futile.
Okay. Alright, so that was a recasting. Nice.
Hardly seems fair.
Alright, you're in trouble, so let's back on off. Let's get a heal down. That didn't do a dang thing. Minus 100% healing received. Welp. You're moving over here now. I don't like that spell that you're casting. I'd rather you move over here. Cast that.
Attack, Cap.
Alright, let's resummon the whelps. Looks like the tentacle's gone. Alright, we're gonna start taking damage. Need you to
Another attack, Cap.
use other abilities. You just cast that on a whelp, didn't you? Did I actually get this guy with the debuff? No, I did not. He's almost dead though. Get that soul collector. And we got him. Primal rock, primal wind.
The beast.
I'll take care of this. I'm here, of course.
You like to loot these? No? Okay.
I'll handle this. I shall. I'll take care of
Of winter.
A wall formed of tessellating blocks of bismuth rises before you, and from out the wall juts a face at least 3 amawa high. Its mouth hangs open in a silent shout, eyes wide. A damp, frigid wind screams between the rocks, carries whispers in its wake, and chills you to your core.
What have we here?
The voice of Rimmergan rumbles from the stone.
A wayward watcher has wandered into my realm. Whatever should I do with you?
The god chuckles, a sound like boulders crashing down a mountainside.
You did not receive an invitation to my realm, Herald of Barath. Tell me, why should I not grind your soul to dust?
The stone face splits into a broad smile. I could be useful to you?
But I have no need for a vassal. Everything I desire, I do for myself. Embrace oblivion with open arms, Watcher.
The chill wind you first felt when you entered this place picks up. It becomes a deafening cacophony, a shriek so loud and sharp it might tear the very bones from your skin or shred your soul. Cobweb tatters. I'm gonna say nothing.
As much as it would delight me to scatter your soul, you belong to Barath. I will spare you that fate. For now.
I like number 2. I like number 3 as well. I knew you wouldn't do it.
I can pluck you from the mortal plane as easily as Barath, and you will not belong to them forever. Now, on to the matter that brought you here. Your Animancer friends meddle in things beyond their comprehension.
Flashbacks to Mass Effect 1. There's a conversation with Sovereign. And this is kind of following a similar line of thinking there. I mean, they're different conversations for sure, but I was immediately reminded of that. I mean, you know, comprehension was kind of the key word there.
Were I not the generous creature I am, you would have died. Be sure to tell the Animancers that they have failed, and that they have drawn my gaze.
I will not hesitate to obliterate them if they irritate me again.
I'm gonna say nothing.
You might prepare yourself, Watcher. Aothas's plan is a bold one, brilliant in its simplicity, and he has the will to bring it to fruition.
Say nothing.
Enjoy the world as you know it while you can. And do send my regards to your Animancer friends.
Murgan's voice fades to nothing. Only the winds remained.
We should spend more time in my mother's realm.
Just gonna, grab more of these people.
I'll handle this.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Admiring my outfit? Of course.
This mean I'm gonna have to walk back to town? Oh.
Watcher, can you hear me?
You raise your head to find yourself surrounded by anxious faces. Flan withdraws the finger currently prodding at your temple and nearly stumbles backwards.
Oh, thank the gods. Thank Helia. Merla, you had us in a panic.
Flan sets a hand to her chest and fans herself with the other.
I don't have to tell you it didn't work. The current spiked and you went completely still, breathing but nothing else. We sent for the physician. Myself, I was about to try throwing some water in your face. What happened? Did you feel any pain? Do you remember anything?
Rimmergan sends his regards.
You had some kind of vision? A near-death experience?
With your safety assured, Flan's sympathetic expression quickly cedes to professional curiosity. No, I mean, I literally went to the Beyond and spoke to Rimmergan.
What was it like?
Shrug. While you speak, one of the researchers prods you gently with a copper rod. You hear the device in his hand give a high, piercing whine. Well, now what?
Sientere, Watcher, truly. It seemed we sent your mind further afield than intended, and without the rest of you in tow. Not entirely outside our predictions, but not the result we wanted. We have stipend for volunteers. You're welcome to the sum of it. I hope it goes some way toward earning your forgiveness. Just as I hope this hasn't put you off helping us. We just have to adjust the current, give you a chance to control your flight, for want of a better word. We're all very glad you're in one piece. We'll have a look at the machines, figure out what went wrong. Until then, I'm sure our friends at headquarters will want an update, and to see I haven't done you any permanent harm. We'll send word when we're ready here.
Interesting.
Hope you're keeping busy, Watcher. We're still running some small tests. Not quite ready for the real thing. What can I do for you?
I'm gonna give her the notes, just because. I thought you might be interested in these.
Ekosi. Are these Oderesis? I never thought I'd get even a glimpse of his work.
On thumbs through with an expression of mounting glee.
Fascinating. Inaccurate, but fascinating. You do not mind if I hold on to this? Of course not. Here, take this.
Lit distractedly hands you a large sum of coins and then flaps a hand to dismiss you. 1,000? I'll take it. I'm gonna take your stuff real quick. Thank you very much. Okay, interesting. So we met a god. He's a jerk. I'll take that. Yeah, that guy's a real big jerk, you know? I mean, all the other gods are at least on the same level, the same wavelength as me. You know, they don't go disrespecting me like that. Alright, so we've been everywhere. I actually want to check out the new person. I'll do that real quick. You're traveling the streets of Nekataka when you hear a familiar voice nearby. Bring it on! As you follow the winding streets of Nekataka, the usual city sounds of cartwheels against cobbles and shouting vendors fades, replaced by the cacophony of heated argument on the verge of boiling over. One of the voices rings familiar, Rum Dum Ridageri from the Defiant. I'm gonna sleek coast closer and observe. Success! As you round the corner, you see Rum Dum Ridageri surrounded by a group of unfamiliar soldiers. From their dress, you don't believe they're locals. They shout at Rum Dum Ridageri, who returns the yelling with interest, though you can't make out the actual matter of the argument. One of the sailors shoves Ridageri against a wall, and the hand of another thug lingers dangerously near his weapon. Approach openly. Ridageri's eyes meet yours and widen. Captain, thank the gods I could use a hand here. Captain, the unfamiliar sailor scowls and he looks you over. You could teach your sailors better manners. The son fool got sick all over our boots. Her compatriots nod, eyes searching you. Druid. Dun, 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 dun. Nobody messes with it. I'm gonna go with the diplomacy one. I'm sorry about my mate's behavior, but I can't let you make them unfit to serve. I don't suppose an apology would suffice. The sailors look to one another, and one nods. She looks to Ridageri. Let's hear it. Ridageri gives you a sad glance and then looks back to the woman. Sorry, ma'am. What was that? The other sailor snicker. Sorry, ma'am. Woman salutes you, then turns on her heel. The sailors walk away. Ridageri approaches you, grinning openly. Thanks, Captain. You truly saved me now. Be more careful. Next time I might not be there to save you. Yes, Captain. Ridageri heads off towards the ship, whistling along the way. That was kind of nice. That was kind of nice. Ooh, give me all the encounters. You see a billowing cloud of smoke behind the houses ahead of you. In the higher reaches of Nekataka, slanting shanties and buildings of foreign design fall away to be replaced by colorful open homes with wide wooden doors boasting intricate reliefs. Rather than pester you for a bit of coin or bite of food, the children here try to sell you tickets to play or extol the benefits of the public baths. You turn a corner and plunge into commotion. One of the great homes crackles before you, completely ablaze. Most of the Huana stare, enraptured by the flames, but a few cry out or run for the fire brigade. Let's examine the house. You're the best one. The home seems no different from the others in the district, though perhaps a bit larger than average. Bright blue paint flecked with white accents peel over the sturdy stone, where it hasn't already been blackened by the fires. The large front doors are open, coughing smoke into the streets, and you think you can make out a shadowy movement within. Fresh torches lie in the eaves above. It seems this was work of arsonists. Put out the torches with frost magic. You will use Chill Fog. Bakahu chants and you feel the balmy tropical air plunge into coolness. The powerful blast of cold extinguishes the torches, leaving a slick coat of rime on the reeds around them, but the flames have already spread to the depths of the home. Summon a storm to quench the flames. Gahu chants, calling on the spirits, and the skies above you darken ominously. The sky breaks open, dropping a deluge of water that sends the intricately attired Juana fleeing for overhangs and archways. Thick steam billows from the house as the water pours down the eaves. The fires seem largely quenched. Let's enter the house. You plunge through the open doors, an arm raised protectively over your mouth. Thick steam hangs in the air, soaking your clothes. Then you see the bodies. Sprawled out from the main room are 3 corpses. 2 lie on the floor, wounds from small, thin blades still oozing blood. A third is draped over a long, low chair, her body punctured by crossbow bolts. Investigate for clues. Yeah, nothing seems unusual except for the bodies that clearly weren't killed by flames. Search for the presence of spirits. You open your watcher senses, seeking the presence of spirits. You feel pain buffeting you, the stabbing agony of blades biting into your skin, the heavy strikes of crossbow bolts. You hear footsteps, the gullet bastards that killed you fleeing through the back door. Sensing your presence, the spirits cling to you like a buoy on the rough sea. The vision fades. Pursue the arsonists out back. You burst through the back door onto almost abandoned street. A group of ragged kith holding torches are only people present. You know one of them holds a bulging sack stained with blood. One of the kith, a broad-shouldered human in a tight-fitted mask, scowls. Got ourselves a hero, seems. Sadly for you, the boss were clear on us to leaving no witnesses. Grinning, the thugs draw their weapons, spreading to surround you. Nah, I ain't gonna let you guys live. Consequences for your actions, remember. This is for the people in the house. I ain't afraid of no ghosts, no thieves, no suckers. We take them down. Kill the witnesses and scatter. Okay. We are in a horrible position. Let's move back.
I feel it.
You ask too much.
I don't want you to do that. I want you ruin the days of everybody right there. You are casting that. Beautiful. You... I'd like a retarget on this guy. And you are kind of stuck. You are dead. You are so very dead. And you're the only one with a revive, which means you're very dead. So you could do that. You can try to get the heal off. Alright, cool. Alright, we got the stun. I need you to move. Come on. Alright, I need another here. Wait, why are you stunned? I thought he doesn't hit allies. What is going on here? You need to come back here and save your peeps. You to lay on hands him. We're in a lot of trouble here. Drop that healing. Oh, let's reposition that healing. Do that paralyzes enemies? That's actually not a half bad choice. Okay, I want you. I mean, I guess you could cast that. I'm gonna go with another one of these, though. Actually, I'm not gonna go with that. I'm gonna tentacle. Okay, we got some charms. Wow, we got a lot of charms off. What the heck? How did he get so many charms off? We charmed like 4 guys. That's crazy. Ooh, this guy needs to die. I need you to attack him. I need you to attack him. I need you to attack him. Righty. Go ahead and flop that.
Hey, watch it.
And give me one more song. Thank you. Summon some drakes. I want all of you guys to attack this. What are you doing? What are you casting? What is this? Oh, you're doing that. Man, look how many charms we've got. It's crazy.
Yes? Onward, Craig.
Alright, we've brought this back around. Bring you over here. Actually, we can do this. Over here. Attack that guy.
Never you mind that, miss. I'll land the next
Some more whelps. Well, it seems you are stuck. There you go. Looks like we won.
What can I do you for?
And looks like we got some loot here. Got a grimoire. Ooh, exceptional wand. That's an upgrade. Fine saber. Club. Thanks for all that loot. Go ahead and equip that new wand. That's an upgrade. Go ahead and give you that. That's a medium shield, though. Out here. Fine wand is not better. No, it's not. Got some light armor here. You're using medium though. Using light. You are. I can't tell if this is already calculated. It is. All right. This is a better item for you. Your personal. You're using a special item. Okay, excellent. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Uh-huh.
Get bodied. Like to see. Anybody else want some of Debo? I'm ready to bust some heads. Do we get experience for that? Do we get experience for fighting? Kind of crazy that I've never considered this before. Or checked it. Okay. I think it's party management. There we go. Miss, recruit, accept. People. Alien frock coat. Yeah, better light armor than. And you're using a rapier. Oh, we're gonna be giving those back most likely. How do I level you up? Oh, she's not a person. She's a person. She's is not a main companion. She's like a sidekick or something like that. I forget the term they use for it. Yeah, it's not coming to mind. You know what I mean, though. Okay, now. Druid guy has been pretty helpful, I have to admit. Oh, you're one of these. I don't know where I want to put her point. But bluff has been pretty nice. Also don't have a stealth. Go sleight of hand and let's go. I mean, I really want to go metaphysics, but bluff. Oh. All right, so she is one of these, which not really that helpful for me. Yeah, I really don't see her being that helpful. I mean, we can mind control more dudes, I guess, but that's just whatever. Doesn't seem like she's a special kind either. Just a basic run-of-the-mill person. So we're not going to use her. It saddens me to say so. Give you back your stuff here. Although the thought of just mind controlling everything, pretty nice. Have to give him that. We'll hold steady with the druid for right now. He's doing alright. Let's see. Go to the Serpent's Crown. Oh, actually, hold on. Hold on. Whatever. Maybe I guess we'll do it tomorrow. If nothing happens here, this is where I'm going to end it for today. Right before the Serpent's Crown. But alright. So nothing has happened. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and end it here for today. 7:47. Tomorrow we will continue with this. So I think we'll, continue questing, talking to people. We're just barely getting into this whole town and all that other good stuff. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, 6:00 p.m. PST with some more video games. I still haven't decided yet whether I'm going to play another game before this one or just play this one earlier throughout the week. I don't know, this game is going to be kind of massive. And I would like to finish it sometime in like early June. If I can finish it before E3, that would be great, but I don't think I will. But anyways, thanks for watching, appreciate it. See you tomorrow, 6:00 p.m. PST with some more video games. Peace.